Yeehaw! It's Crazy Dave and Magic Mondays. What a wonderful week we've had. 2020 is different, as they say, but so are we. We are changing every day. And folks, this week my story, my little motivation for you, the things that we can all do. And I'm no saint. Sometimes the things I try and preach are very difficult for myself as well. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort, but the effort is always worth it. And the story I want to tell you this week is about a king that was a wise king. And one day he thought he would try and help his people. So he put a big rock in the road and he sat up there and he watched what would happen. And the first couple of days, many noblemen, many rich people came, they saw the rock, they drove around the rock, they walked around the rock, they even started making a new path. And all they did was complain. They said, the king, our country is going to pieces. The king hasn't done this. This hasn't happened. What is happening? We're going to the dogs. And the king observed all of this. Then on the third or fourth day, an old poor man came along with his donkey and his cart. Now he could have driven around, but he stopped and he got out and he tried to move the rock. He couldn't do it. So he proceeded. The next day he came back with more tools. And eventually he moved the rock. And the king was watching this. And underneath the rock was a bag of gold. And the king said, "That's your gold for removing the rock." And the peasant or the poor man said, "Thank you." And he said, "I didn't do it for the money. I did it to help others." So the moral of the story, folks, is, and maybe at the beginning of the story, some people in some countries, like the United States, like South Africa, perhaps a road story, we are always complaining. We'll always look for the faults. But what do we do as people to try and make it better? Better for others. Maybe no reward for ourselves. So when we complain, and we can always find complaints, but we're going to get more of it. But when we count our blessings, which every person has many blessings, we all have blessings, so count them and look for the good in everything. But also look how we can help others and not always help ourselves. When you give and you don't expect anything in exchange, that is the best giving. Sometimes in life we say thank you, but it's more in the actions, more in the doing. So it's like buying a present, wrapping it, and not giving it to the intended person. There's nothing in that. So folks, go out this week. See how you can do small things to improve people's lives. See how you can do something that you might not get anything back in return. Just give. It's in the action. It's in the giving. It's in the gratitude. It's in counting all our blessings, seeing all the good things we have in life, not complaining, because I can assure you, when we complain, we get more of it. And I'm sure there are many examples. When you complain about your children doing something wrong, they seem to do more of it. But if we look for the good in everything, then I'm sure we'll get a lot more. So folks, go out this week and count all your blessings, of which we have many. Yeah, it's Crazy Dave and Magic Mondays. Yeah!